Hey, hey. Ha ha. That's me. Swag. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Yeah. Ha ha! Yoli JR just asked if I still do roll call, and yes, mostly I do when I don't have way too much content. Today kind of feels like one of those days, surprisingly, because it was a quiet day. But let's cover that. But first, let's cover what our stories of the days are for today. Stories of the day. They are still talking about Tiger Woods for some damn reason. Joe Biden's cabinet picks are under tough GOP scrutiny. Andrew Cuomo faces serious sexual harassment charges from former aide Lindsey Boylan. Louis DeJoy needs to go to jail. And last but not least, Tucker Carlson can't find QAnon. He is today's "you raggedy bitch." So, yes, some of you may have noticed Brooklyn Dad has got some swag here. I got my new hat, my new Scully. I got a hoodie. And in case you hadn't noticed, you see the logo there? You see the icon? Yes, that is me. Wait a minute. Does that make me an icon? I put it up in the front today. You didn't even expect that shit. Yes, indeed. This is fun. I'm noticing some folks in the comments here are saying, "Hey, I like the new look, the new et cetera, looking fancy." I'm just trying to bring you guys quality entertainment. Yes. One thing you may notice, I just started doing this yesterday. You've seen my show is kind of broken up into segments. Like we have the roll call, we have stories of the day, we have timeline cleanse, we have you raggedy bitch, and we have story time, the actual reading of the book. So in order to make things easier for our viewers to, like, if you want to catch this on the replay, but you don't have time to look at the entire show, how dare you if you're doing that? No, yeah, I understand. You want to catch like one particular segment. I am starting to put chapters into this show. So if you look at last night's show, I put chapters in there, and it's pretty cool. It's very cool. I'm learning how to do new things. So you may have noticed at the top of the story time, at the top of the stories of the day, I mentioned that they are still talking about Tiger, like breathlessly. I mean, I woke up today and I was like, yes, for sure. Now, they're going to move on because, I mean, the guy was in surgery and they moved his car and nobody knows what happened. But still, they're talking, they're like going to the site and going to, the hospital. And, here's a kind of like a replay of what some of the shit I caught today on the news. Sir, you appear to be a human walking outside Tiger Woods' hospital. Well, I was just going to get myself a juice. And would you mind if we ask you a few questions? I got to get back to... Thank you. Good. Can you tell us the condition of his leg? I'm not a doctor, so I couldn't. Will they need to amputate his leg? Well, I don't know. Was his leg broken like that when he was a child? I'm not even a doctor, so I don't know really. Are you licensed to perform surgery in this state? Like I said, I'm not a doctor. So, was he blinking when he was removed from the car? Yeah, I don't. How many fingers am I holding up? Can they replace his legs with wheels so he won't get into any more car accidents? Seriously, man, I got to get back to work. I don't know why you're asking me. Can they use the bones of an actual tiger to improve his swing? What? Sir, it looks like that's all the time we have for now. Back to you, Poppy. That was, all day long. They're probably still talking about it. I stopped watching at one point. It's crazy. I mean, look, yeah, I understand the guy's legendary, and the injury could potentially end, a legendary career. He is lucky that he escaped that. But dude, like, the news is not changing. We already know he was injured. We know the car, and taken to the shop, and they put metal in his leg and all that stuff. He's in recovery, as Mike White says, and everybody else knows. Everybody who's turned on the TV for 10 minutes, you already know the full story of what happened to Tiger Woods. Anyway, I'm hoping that my show will help to wash away some of the insanity on your Twitter feeds, your Facebook page, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to start right off at the top of the hour with what I like to call our timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Yeah. Fun fact, that tune that I used for Timeline Cleanse was one of the songs that I was thinking about using for Storytime with BDD. Thanks to you guys, and thanks to Wifey. Mostly thanks to Wifey, because she was the one that was like, no, that's not good. Not that one. This one. The one that we're all jamming to at the beginning and the end of the show, which, by the way, if you are not yet a subscriber, if you are there like Gina out in Periscope land and Raver Craver, those of you who are watching this in Periscope, come join us on the YouTube. The YouTube is very nice. People, they enjoy to come and to make a comment and to subscribe. They like to subscribe. They like to hit thumbs up for the Brooklyn Dad because he worked very hard on the show. So yeah, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you have not already. I love you very much. Now, many of you who know Brooklyn Dad, you know me very well. You know that my favorite superhero, my superhero of choice, is Spider-Man. And the best guy to play Spider-Man is none other than Tom Holland. Tom Holland is my jam. He's got the right form, physique, humor, all that stuff. So he was on Jimmy Fallon last night, and there were rumors that maybe he was going to spill about maybe the new name of the next movie, or if Tobey Maguire and some of the other Spideys were going to appear in the next movie. And we found out that no, they're not going to. Toby did not make the cut. But I was very amused. This kid he's actually not even a kid anymore. He's like an adult now. He sounds very posh when he speaks. So I wanted to share this with you. I enjoyed it immensely. He's a nice young man. This is Tom Holland from Jimmy Fallon last night.
I know that you're in Atlanta shooting the new Spider-Man movie, and I know you can't say much about it, but there are a lot of rumors out there. Some people are saying that Jamie Foxx might be coming back as Electro. No reaction. There's also a fan theory that your Spider-Man predecessors, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, might be making a cameo in this movie.
I agree, Tracy. I didn't like Andrew Garfield.
It would be amazing if they were, because they haven't told me that yet. And I am Spider-Man, and I've read the script from beginning to the end. So it would be a miracle if they could have kept that from me. Yeah. But at the moment, there is no cameo from the two boys.
So
but they do keep things from you, though, don't they?
Yeah, and it actually is getting to the point where it's really frustrating. Yeah. Because I feel like now I've progressed. I'm a trustworthy member of the Avengers. And I haven't really ever spoiled anything.
Yes, you have.
Well, there's a few things, but like no big things.
You actually
We'll leave it at that.
But there's one rumor that you can exclusively confirm tonight. And this will be the first Spider-Man movie with two Hollands in it. Your little brother, Harry, will be in the movie. Is this correct?
Yes, this is correct, yeah.
Who does he play? And has he shot his part yet?
Yes, in Cherry, he has a small cameo in Cherry, and he plays a character called the Shaker Kid, and he's a drug dealer. So we kind of had this idea that in every film I would be in, that Harry would reprise his role as the Shaker Kid. So he is back again in his own sort of weird MCU cinematic universe cameo as the ecstasy-dealing Shaker Kid. Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's already being typecast.
I know, it's terrible. Bless him. It must be really difficult for him.
Is it fun shooting with your brother, or do you pick on each other, or how's it work?
It's interesting. In the scene, he gets flipped upside down. Spider-Man webs him upside down. And then he's swinging back and forth while I'm having an argument with someone, and he's kind of swinging through frame. And I've obviously done that for years. Being upside down is second nature to me now, so I know how difficult it can be. So at the beginning of the day, I was like making the takes extra long just to see how long it would take before he blacked out.
You're like, can we do that one more time? Just keep him swinging. Keep him swinging.
I am Spider-Man. I love the kid's accent. I love his energy. He's a sweet kid, and I hope he plays Spider-Man until he's an old fart. Yes, I am Spider-Man. I love that guy. Next up, I am really fond of pranks. I used to be much bigger on pranks. I was notorious for doing it to like new employees, new coworkers, and stuff. And I just saw a prank yesterday or today, it's a new prank. They're doing it on TikTok. You guys know TikTok. So all the kids are using the TikTok and adults too. Anyway, there is a prank called the I'm Busy prank. And there's a woman by the name of Law, and she has all these celebrity friends, and she's calling them. And as soon as they answer, she's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I'm busy." And so I'm gonna share this with you. I thought it was kind of funny.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hey,
That's
I'm
Tom
super,
Holland.
super busy right now. Can I call you right back?
Just call me, man. Hello?
Hey, I'm super busy. Can I call you right back?
Say what?
I'm really, really busy. Can I call you right back?
Look, you got on green like I got on green.
Okay, but I'm really, really busy. Can I call you right back?
I'm busy too. Bye, bitch. Hello?
Hey, Tommy, can I call you right back? I'm really, really busy.
That's Tommy Hilfiger.
You just called
No,
me.
no, no, I gotta go. I'm really, really busy. Bye. No.
You just called me. Hi.
Hey, Carrie, Carrie, I'm super, super busy. Can I call you right back?
You just called me.
No, I understand, but I'm so busy. I gotta call you back, Carrie.
Only law.
I'm too busy for this.
I'm calling you. Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'm too busy. Wait, but what? Why? I thought it was cool. She had so many celebrity friends. The first one was Tom Holland. That was the link up from the previous clip. There you go. There you go. All right. Next up, this is a good one. Those of you, if any of you out there have ever lost your wallet with all of your identification and your credit cards and such, you know what a monumental pain that can be, because now you have to cancel your credit cards. You got to get all copies of all new ID. And that's a hassle in and of itself. If that happens to you, you often hope that Sassin Shauna wants to know who was that. There was this celebrity. Her name is Law something. I'm sorry, I forgot the last name. But so anyway, yeah, you know how difficult it is to get that stuff canceled and get new stuff. You'll often hope that, you know what, just take the money, right? Whatever money's in there, go ahead and take it. Just please return my ID. You know, it's not easy to get ID. So one good guy found this woman's wallet and went out of his way to return it. And this is one of those things. This is what the timeline cleanse is all about.
When the doorbell rang at Deborah Crosby's Yulee home Saturday night, a special delivery was waiting.
Camera recording.
Hey, how you doing? I found your wallet at Walmart.
This man, who Crosby calls her guardian angel, was there with some good news after some bad luck.
I'm like, my God, this person went out of his way.
Crosby dropped her wallet in the parking lot of this River City Walmart in North Jacksonville. She did not realize it until she was checking out. Anxious as anyone would be, she began to think about what it would take to replace all its contents.
She lost it
And I'm
at the
gonna have to replace
Walmart.
my military ID, my driver's license. I'm gonna have to take off work because they're not open during, hours when I get off.
But as she was driving home, a notification pinged her phone.
Hey, Miss Crosby.
Someone was at her door. Strange, she thought. She wasn't expecting company.
I get there and the wallet along with the credit cards, everything are there.
The man, who did not identify himself, explained he was returning her valuables. It's about a 20-minute drive, Crosby thinking he could have turned around at any time.
Concealed it, gave me a message of where he found it, and I thought that is a lot of above and beyond.
Crosby is a science teacher at Yulee Middle School
Nice,
and wants
Karen
to
Purdy.
use her experience as a lesson plan in kindness, an element of generosity no textbook can teach.
He makes me so proud. I have 3 sons of my own, and I hope they would do the exact same thing.
In Nassau County, Robert Bradfield, First Coast News, on your side.
that is beautiful. That's what you call paying it forward. You often, many of you, I'm sure, have done similar things, and you are that unsung hero that just brightened up somebody's day, that took the bullshit out of somebody's day and said, look, I'm just going to do this. I don't even know this person. I don't need any reward. I don't need any thanks. I just, I hope it comes back to me. And I believe it does. I believe when you do good things come back to you unexpectedly. It's not, like boom, boom. It's not like good deed, reciprocal good. It never happens like that. It's always when you least expect it, So yeah, that was a great thing. I just wanted to share with you guys. And if you ever get the opportunity to do that yourself, it feels good. It feels groovy. Yeah. And as Tony D says, there are still some great people in the world. Now, let me see if I can do this quickly as possible. Show me where you're coming from. Let's do this roll call. Show me where you are at. Is that my first elbow point of the show? First one? Hey, we got Laura from Rhode Island in the house, and Jamie from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Cindy from Lakewood, Washington, Peter is a boss from Colorado, Tina G from Albuquerque, Sherry Scary from KC, Missouri, home of the Kansas City Chiefs, Shishi from Boston, Roger from Farmington, Maine. Michelle from Berlin, CT is here. Janet from CT. It's funny. Fun fact. You guys, Michelle and Janet, you guys are often like back to back. Do you guys coordinate that? You got the two CTs back to back. Samantha from the Bronx. Valerie from Staten Island. Kathleen Cross from Boothwyn, Pennsylvania. Cha-Cha from Seattle. Midas Cat from Kentucky. Punxsutawney Mo from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Gavin from Scotland. Corey Lord from Bellevue, Washington. Think First. That's Karen from Tucson, Arizona. Sarah in Texas. Sharon in Houston. Synth Fan is chilling in Orlando, Florida. Kathy is stuck in Connecticut. Deb is here in Arizona. She says second. Bernadette from Merrillville, Indiana. Adrian from Columbus, Ohio. She from Chicago. Wilbur, that's our dog lover buddy. He is here too. Why are you guys saying second? I'm seeing Oh, that's my second elbow point. There we go. Nurse Mitch from Glen Burnie, Maryland. Yoli JR from Mount Vernon, New York. Sinova from Virginia. Big hello from Allison in Raleigh, North Kakalaki. Sony from Central California. Fox Hill Dreams from Aiken, South Kakalaki. Went to Costco and Trump can't. That's funny. That's true. Mike from Lynchburg, Virginia. Bobby from Dublin, California. Winifred from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Patty Duke for life from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. C from Kansas City. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. There she is. The Trump Reaper in Long Beach, California, wishing she were in Canada. Asmila J from Houston. Lori B from Rowley, Massachusetts is here. Julia Oh, Julia! Lovely, Julia. Love to know. So wonderful to see you, Julia. Oh, my goodness. Is that number 3 already? Linda Lou from Los Angeles, California. Raver Craver from Australia. Good day, mate. Laurie in Mexico. Lucy in Orange County, California. Misha in Long Beach, California. Jenna from Richmond, Virginia. Marche is here. Cecile in Grapevine, Texas. Monique from the DMV. Amanda from Flowery Branch, Georgia. Angel from Atlanta. Olivia in very sunny Seattle. Ionic from Los Angeles. Watcher Soko in Orange County, California. Pasta D says she lost a new smartphone in New York City and got it back and gave a reward. That's what's up. That's beautiful. That's my town, New York. Jasmine from Eagle River, Alaska. Star Shemate from Columbus, Ohio. Lee from Leeds, UK. Wilbur from Martinez, Georgia. Woo, woo. Danielle from Smoocher Bean from Connecticut. Neil from Manitoba. Julianne Gauthier from the Central Coast of California. Stephanie from Spring Hill, Florida. Debbie with Alexa and Blake from Boca Raton. Blanche's Bomb from the Crescent City. That's Cynthia. Resistor Sister from Northern Virginia. Hey, friends. Mickey, a.k.a. Wojo Mom, is here from Rochester, New York with Bella. Pasta D got 79 degrees in Richmond, Georgia. Show off. We are the Defiant from Long Beach, California. It's hot there. Matt Meehan says Jenny Tilletitchen. Jenny Tilletitchen in Brooklyn. That one needs work, buddy. That one needs work. Eddie G in Delray Beach. Let's see. Rose from Westchester, New York. Lynn from Post Frozen, Houston, Texas. Let's see. Sally is hiding out in Philly. Solid Blue Sister in Southern California. Victorina sending love in Pahrump, Nevada. And Sandra is still here at the hotel. Hubby doing better, but still in the hospital. Hope he recovers soon. Sheila from Vancouver, Washington. Gina P. from New Jersey. Anita from Lubbock, Texas. Take Ted Cruz, please. No, thank you. Star Shemate from Ohio. Jim Jordan must go. And let's see, Bernadette in Phoenix, Arizona had her first COVID shot today. Congratulations. Ruby from Glendale, California. Bobby M. from Dublin, California. Paula Freitas from Madeira Island, Portugal. And Bonita from Columbus, Georgia. And Rose from White Plains, New York. And Raver Craver from Sydney, Australia. Good day, mate. And we're scrolling. Let's see. Here we got a troll. I might just take care of this myself, but let me just make sure my moderators are in the house. We got somebody named Toro Aguilar says liberals are the cancer of America. Please do me a favor, moderators, and get all over that. Thank you so kindly. Trump Reaper, Tina G, Asmila J, Wifey, gang up on Shari in Louisiana is here. And Ms. Nick from Stafford, Virginia. Hey, huge hello from Lisa Straw in Jupiter, Florida. The individual one try to go to Costco. Do not know. Let's see. Dodie from Portland, Oregon is here. And let's see. Catherine from, hey, we got Jamaica in the house. What's up, Jamaica? Oh, Ionique from LA. There we go. Let's see. No. Whoops. Making bath bomb. Brenda is making bath bombs on Vancouver Island. LOL. Yes. And let's see. DMT from Houston, Texas. Let's see. I see they were blocked. Very good. You need to leave. I forget to say that. That is my catchphrase now. You need to leave. Let's see. You guys are faster than I am. Hey. Yeah, Asmila J pointing out I missed a. You need to leave. Justin says, hi from Los Angeles. My moderators are on the job, Gina. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that. Okay, guys, thank you for sticking with me through that roll call. And let's move right along with our very first story of the day. Excuse me. Number 4. So, Joe Biden's cabinet picks. I'm letting you guys know right now, I am not here to debate the qualifications of each and every Joe Biden pick. In fact, I'm not going to do that at all. You know, historically, unless somebody is criminally, grossly inappropriate as a cabinet member, the president usually gets what they want, right? This is a chart here. I'm now realizing how tiny it is and you can't see. That's showing how long it's taking Joe Biden to get his cabinet members approved. So far, he's gotten 9 of his 23 cabinet level nominees requiring Senate approval confirmed. That's Deb Haaland there, and she is also awaiting approval, which seems to be some folks are fighting it. They gave her some tough times today on her stances on fracking and other things. This is Xavier Becerra. He's also been called into question because people are saying that he's not qualified for the job. And there you have Neera Tanden. So let's talk about qualified. Let me dig deep into my bag of whataboutism and bring up Betsy DeVos. Qualified to serve as Secretary of Education? I think not. No, not at all. Then next up, we have Ben Carson, the Honorable Sleepy Ben Carson, who, while he's awake, he's apparently a brain surgeon, but has nothing to do with housing and urban development. This guy, Rick Perry, are you kidding me? The dude could not remember the 3 things that he said he was going to eliminate, and they appointed him at a secretary position. And Jesus Christ, here we have Jared Kushner, the least qualified individual ever to be appointed to anything in the history of everything. They gave him like 5 things to do. He couldn't even fill out his security clearance forms properly. So here's my problem. There's several problems, right? Most of Joe's picks should go through. In fact, even Neera Tanden should go through. Why? Because we have the Senate. Whether or not it's a slim majority, it's still a majority. They gave Donald Trump all of the picks that he wanted. And you know what? Many of his cabinet level members, at the end, they weren't even Senate confirmed. They weren't. So look, I'm done with this bullshit of you let that kid run rampant through the store and did not reprimand him or hold him to account for anything. Now that you have an actual adult in the White House, stop this bullshit, this hypocritical nonsense of, let's see, well, I don't think that it's mean tweets. Huh? Neera Tanden, mean tweets? No, the guy who's the guy that you guys still bow down to, the guy whose Twitter account was revoked, was suspended permanently, was the king of mean tweets. Are you shitting me, bro? I'm sick and tired of Democrats acting like, let's tiptoe through this and maybe they'll be nice. No, they're never going to be nice to you. They're never going to play fair. That is the lesson Democrats need to learn. Stop asking for approval. Just go and do what the hell you got to do. Wield power like a hammer. Because you know damn well if the shoe was on the other foot, if Republicans had a 50-50 or 51-50 advantage, they would use that shit to the hill. They would blow up the filibuster. And we have 2 idiotic senators in there right now, Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin who are screwing things up. I'm so sick and tired of it. Democrats fall in love, Republicans fall in line. Sick of this shit. Ah, yes. Punxsutawney Mode says, always Lucy with the football. Always Lucy with the goddamn football. Sick of it. Shit. All of the hard work we put in to get John Ossoff and Reverend Warnock in there so we could have a majority, and this is the games we're going to play. I'm done. I'm not happy about that shit at all. So yeah, Joe has got some trouble getting his nominees through. The one which is most problematic is Neera Tanden, because Joe Manchin, apparently his daughter, Neera Tanden, said some mean things about his daughter. I don't think that they were necessarily untrue. His daughter's a CEO of some big company. And so he is taking that personally. I don't even think his vote should be counted. Chacha says, I need warm tea. Yeah, because I got something. That's what the cough is. Trying to clear my throat. Anyway, I'm going to move right along to a topic, yet another topic. And let me just explain something, right? On this show, Storytime with BDD, I am not beholden to CNN, ABC, NBC, none of them. This is my own, little tiny little show that I do in a tiny room in my house, right? I'm not beholden to anybody. I'm not beholden to any political party to toe the party line. I'm going to say some shit from time to time that people are not going to like. People are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't talk about that. I'm going to talk about it because who cares? It's out there. It's news. So, with that said, not that, this. Today, yet again, Andrew Cuomo is back in the news, and this is not good. The woman pictured on the left, her name is Lindsey Boylan, and she used to be an aide. She used to be the chief of staff let me just double check this. She was the chief of staff at the State Economic Development Agency. And today she published an article that started off with the words, "Let's play strip poker." These are the words said to her by Governor Cuomo. Lindsey Boylan alleges that Andrew Cuomo had a crush on her, and she was informed of this crush by one of his staffers, and that made the working relationship, very awkward for her. And this was relatively recently, so she's already seen the whole Me Too movement, and she she felt embarrassed, as many survivors and victims are familiar with. They're familiar with that whole dynamic where somehow it's your fault that the guy was attracted and could not behave in a professional manner with you, and somehow that's your fault. So look, I don't know if it's true, but it sounds true. It sounds like it happened. Look at his other aide there. She was kind of giving him the stink eye. So full disclosure, Lindsey Boylan is currently running for Manhattan Borough President. So she is a politician. Could this possibly help her in her aspirations? Yeah, it could. But does that make what she's saying any less true? No, it doesn't. Both can be true. And it's tough. It's tough to come out and say stuff like this, especially when you're dealing with a guy like Andrew Cuomo, who people around him have described as, he's like a bare knuckles Really tough guy. He rules with an iron fist. And if you say or do something he doesn't like, you're, well, not dead, but your political career might as well be dead. So I'm gonna read briefly to you from the an excerpt from her article in Medium. It says Governor Andrew Cuomo has created a culture within his administration where sexual harassment and bullying is so pervasive that it is not only condoned but expected. His inappropriate behavior towards women was an affirmation that he liked you, that you must be doing something right. He used intimidation to silence his critics, and if you dared to speak up, you would face consequences. That's why she says she panicked on the morning of December 13th. And she panicked when, after a private meeting, he kissed her on the lips. She did not want that kiss, but he gave it to her anyway. That was in 2018. And shortly thereafter, she resigned. And that's unfortunate because, chief of staff, it sounds like a pretty important position. And, that's a tough thing to do. And she reportedly had told people about this as it was happening. Lucy's asking why now, though. I don't know. Nobody really can. It's not like this was 18 years ago. This was 2018. It's 2 years ago. 2 years. And sometimes it takes people time to process this. Oh, hang on a second. Why now? She did answer that. She said when she heard that he was being considered for attorney general, which I don't think he was, but at some point she said he was being considered for attorney general. That caused her to, get those feelings out. Mike White is mentioning here they pushed Al Franken out. Yes, that was a very different situation. And Bernadette is asking, was Cuomo inappropriate with her? Guys had crushes on me, but never disrespected me. He bullied, intimidated. What lip kissed her? I would have dragged him through the mud. Indeed, everybody deals with these things differently. It's an awkward situation, and I personally, I wasn't there. Right now, this is in the stage of he said, she said. And Governor Cuomo, he denies the allegations. He says he issued a statement through his press secretary saying, as we said before, Ms. Boylan's claims of inappropriate behavior are quite simply false. However, I should say, in addition to that, 4 people, like that thing where she said, he said, let's play strip poker. Her description of that incident, they were all on a plane. It was her, him, a press aide, and a state trooper, New York State state trooper. And 4 people have so far attested to that. They said they looked at the manifest for the day that she outlines and says no such flight ever happened. So, right, like I said, that is the kind of thing where, she said and he said, and are we going to find out? I don't know. I think it takes guts. I think it takes guts for her to come out and say that. That's one thing. 2, if it's true, I am crushed. I am crushed by that if it is true, because prior to today, I still respected Governor Cuomo. I can't help but feel like the stuff that's happening right now, it feels very targeted. Like all of a sudden, they're coming at Governor Cuomo. And who is a big enemy of Governor Cuomo? There's no bigger enemy than Donald Trump. like I said, I don't want to take anything away from this woman, but yeah, like part of my brain is like, I know Spanky is vindictive as hell and he's looking to settle scores. This is probably one of them. It could be. We will find out as the story develops. Next up in the news, we have Louis DeJoy. Louis DeJoy, as many of you will recall, as the Postmaster General, he deliberately and directly attacked our Postal Service, dismantling the Postal Service. He was literally removing machinery, equipment used to count and process the mail. He canceled overtime. He did a whole lot of things that made delivering the mail just worthless when it came to delivering votes, delivering mail-in votes. In fact, the last time he was called before the Senate or before Congress, he perjured himself. And the dude was never held accountable. Is perjury somehow legal now? There's no penalty for that shit. You put your hand on a Bible and you say, yeah, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. And then you go and lie and there's no nothing, huh? No. And this dude gets to keep his job, apparently, for now, because Joe Biden cannot directly fire him. What Joe Biden does have to do is appoint 4 more people to sit on that board, but then that needs Senate approval as well. So we're back in that stupid loop. But today he was brought before Congress, and unfortunately, CNN and MSNBC weren't covering it because they were too busy following up on Tiger Woods. However, C-SPAN was covering the hearing, and some sparks were flying between Jim Jordan and Rep. Connolly. And I'm going to share that with you because it was glorious.
I mean, you were like I said, they had you as the worst guy on the planet back then, and now everything, it seems to be so much better now.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Hate that guy. Hate him.
The gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Connolly, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. And all the gaslighting that we just heard does not change facts. Mr. Diamondstein.
Get him.
Please move the mic close to your mouth. Thank you. Am I making this up, as Mr. Jordan apparently would have you believe, that the President of the United States last summer, Donald J. Trump, publicly said voting by mail would lead to massive fraud? Did he say that, or am I imagining that, Mr. Diamondstein?
I don't think you're imagining it. What I recall him saying at one point is he was going to make sure that the Postal Service got no financial COVID emergency relief, because then they would be able to more effectively deliver ballots.
Thank you. But the point is, it was Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, who was planting the idea, aided and abetted by disruptive changes proposed by a new Postmaster General and a compliant Board of Governors that actually eroded public confidence in the ability to vote by mail. That wasn't a Democratic narrative. That was a Republican narrative by the President of the United States and his enablers.
That's right.
And oh, by the way, inconvenient fact, Mr. Heiss would have you believe that it was partisans on this committee, and he quoted a number of Democrats, by the way, admitted Democrats. For the record, I'm an admitted Democrat and damn proud of it.
That's right.
I didn't vote to overturn an election.
That's right.
And I will not be lectured by people who did about partisanship.
I mean, like I said, they had you as the worst guy on the planet back then.
That's right. Will not be lectured, you son of a bitch. You fucking ice hole. Yes. Yeah, that was fire. Here's the problem I have with Louis DeJoy and a lot of bad faith actors in Congress right now. People who are traitorous by their actions and their words, people who are not doing their job, or people who are doing their job so poorly that they completely tanked one of our major institutions, the Postal Service, like Louis DeJoy, for instance. Now, I've been working most of my life ever since I was 18. If you are late to a job a certain number of times, you're fired. That's it. If you break something that's really expensive at your job, you will be fired. If you make the job worse than it was before you stepped in there, you will be fired. Right? Why do these guys get a free pass? Why? Why? It makes no sense to me. Well, that's just how the rules. Well, you could change the rules. This is bullshit. We're being held hostage by this jackass because that's how the rules are? Oh, you can change that shit. We have to change. People are, like Sylvia Correa says, people are fired for much less. Regular folks like you and me, we have to toe the line. We have to answer to our boss. We have to answer to customers. That guy doesn't have the decency to resign. He should have resigned. And he actually should be in jail right now for that perjury. What the fuck? I don't get it. I am confuzzled to no end. To no end how so many people perjured themselves. We watched these hearings because we had nothing better to do during the year 2020 but watch these hearings day in and day out. And we see people either refuse to show up. We issued a subpoena and they didn't come, so that's it, I guess. No, yeah, confuzzled. I forget where I got the word confuzzled, but maybe it's me and wifey thing I'm sharing with you. Confuzzled, yes. Yeah, what is this shit? You don't want to show up, so you don't. Steve Mnuchin was subpoenaed. Nah, I'm not going to go. Oh, okay. We just thought we might, subpoena you, but if you don't want to, we don't want to disturb you, we don't want to be rude about it. We don't want to be rude. You need to leave. It's mind-boggling and it's infuriating. And yeah, I wish I could get into a room with my senators and my representatives and just unload on them and say, what the hell are you going to do to change these things? These things need to be changed. And, all too often, things are done a certain way because that's the way they've always been done. But the way things have always been done isn't always necessarily the best way to do things. That's what change is all about. And I don't approve of this shit. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. So we'll see what happens. Last but not least, guys, this is not even last, but it is now time. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I did show you that. All right. It's now time for You Raggedy Bitch. And in today's You Raggedy Bitch segment, we have a so-called journalist from Fox News by the name of Tucker Carlson. He's on the hunt on the search looking for QAnon.
So it's worth finding out where the public is getting all this false information, this disinformation.
From you!
So we checked. We spent all day trying to locate the famous QAnon, which in the end we learned is not even a website. If it's out there, we could not find it.
What? What? Excuse me. All anybody's been talking about for the past 12 months has been QAnon. Dude, if you call yourself a journalist and you said you spent all day looking for this, what is this thing, this QAnon? We spent all day on the internet looking for this thing called the clitoris. And as far as we can tell, it doesn't exist. There's no website for it. We couldn't find it. I spoke to my wife and asked her, and she refused to tell me. It must not exist. QAnon, dude. You know damn well what QAnon is. In fact, one of his head writers resigned, and he was a big QAnon guy. He knows damn well. They all do. And the thing is, QAnon, the people who subscribe to QAnon isn't, it's not even a person anymore. At one point, I'm sure one person made up QAnon. You know, Q. They made up Q. Q was this person who was disseminating all this cryptic stuff and these riddles and things and dates and events that were supposed to happen that never happened. And, you know, it's all going to come together. It will all be revealed. But now it's like a runaway train. It's a runaway train that started with one guy saying some crazy shit, and it was like a game of telephone after that. Then everybody just started adding things and saying, yeah, Q said this also. I just spoke to him last Thursday. Q, he told me that. Said JFK was coming back and he was going to lock up Hillary and Obama. And all this craziness is just like a bunch of people throwing whatever they want into. So it's like a big conspiracy gumbo. It's a conspiracy theory gumbo cult. And it is in the interest of Fox News. It is in the interest of Republican politicians to not shun or ridicule or disavow QAnon, because a large chunk of their base now subscribes to this nonsense. And rather than, bust the bubble and say, listen, guys, that QAnon stuff is not real. It's insane. They won't do that. They won't do it. They won't publicly disavow it. Trump wouldn't publicly disavow it. None of them will. They're all scared to death. So this is where we are now. And Tucker Carlson is one of the worst people on Fox News and one of the worst people alive, because he has an audience of millions somehow. He has an audience of millions of people who tune in to watch him day in and day out, and he spews this nonsense that he knows is not true. He's not stupid. He's dishonest. And he's evil, because if you intentionally go out there and spread these lies, knowing the kind of effect it's going to have on your audience, you're responsible for what happens. You, Tucker Carlson, who denies the existence of white supremacy. What is white supremacy? You can't buy it in a grocery store. I looked on the internet. I didn't find anything. I looked all day. Come on, dude. Seriously. You raggedy bitch. That is all I got for Tucker Carlson. He's today's you raggedy bitch. And now let me reach into my pocket, because it is that time to change the lights and make them bright. Wait. Nope. Hang on a sec. All right. Just going to take me a minute, guys. Just a minute. You need to leave. All right, here we go. And Brooklyn Dad said, "Let there be light." Yeah. All right. Where is my thing? Where is it? And now, ladies and gentlemen, before I begin this episode of The Littlest President, I would like to remind you to please hit the subscribe button right there. And also to please hit the thumbs up, the like button. The like button. Please do so. The Littlest President is available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com. It's also available on Amazon.com. If you want to buy it on Amazon.com, I won't be mad at you because it's still money, but money is not everything. Sometimes what's more important is to get it on the BrooklynDadDefiant.com. And then that way you get this beautiful swooshy. Oh my God, look how beautiful the swooshy signature is. It says Hui Juan in blue ink. Hui Juan. Hui Juan. Only available on BrooklynDadDefiant.com. And The Littlest President is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Bladder Bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie, Rudy Giuliani. Well, Gummy McJuicebox, Kellyanne Conjob, Stephen the Snake Miller, and Mitch McTurtle McConnell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our favorite page in the whole book, which we hope will happen sometime soon, because this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to have a Twitter account. He used to be the littlest president. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Yes. Let us go back, shall we? And as you may recall, yesterday we covered the pages, or this page here, where he was golfing, and Stephen the Snake Miller was positioned between two cages full of kids, which, by the way, yesterday when we discussed the new migrant detention facilities, whatever you want to call it, they're not cages. They're not cages. That's what people are already calling it, the Biden critics, and the Biden critics are on both the right and the left. People are saying, see, we told you that's what you voted for. You voted for kids in cages. There's nobody in those. They just literally just reopened it. There's nobody in there yet. Show me a picture with kids in cages from right now. It's not that. Kind of pisses me off. Excuse me. All right. So on the flip side of the data pages is this one. After it was announced that Spanky won, he didn't take any steps to stop Russia from attacking America. In fact, Spanky doubled down. He invited them to the Oval Office. He fired people who warned him that they were attacking. He fired people who were investigating the attack. He even publicly said he believed Putin had nothing to do with it because he said so. Spanky did not care that Russia attacked America's elections because they helped Spanky win. Spanky was a Russian asset. And there he is being embraced by some of the leaders, the diplomats from Russia. There is James Comey and Sally Yates leaving the Oval Office after having been fired. There's Kellyanne Kajab on her phone. And one thing I want to point out that is very different from Spanky's subservient, treasonous posture to President Biden. President Biden has already spoken with Putin, and his conversation is not like locked in some secret chamber that nobody will ever have access to. No, he did say some things to Putin, and he confronted him directly about the things that we are concerned, the whole the whole attack, hack attack thing. He has confronted Putin, and Spanky cannot say the same thing. Biden is not going to be a puppet to Russia or Putin. Biden is going to lead us. And that's a big difference. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, what questions do you have? I have time for this many questions. Karen Purdy wants to know if Sinsanity is in the house. I don't know. I have not seen her. Sassin Shauna says Biden has this crazy thing called a soul, and it is delightful. I'm paraphrasing. Pasta D says there are new people on our Periscope feed too. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I can see both the Periscope and the YouTube chats all kind of mashed into one, but I can't actually see who's who and what's what. Mari says, I'm glad Biden is so upfront with things. Cindy says, this week alone, federal regulations saved the life of every passenger on board United 328 and Tiger Woods, while deregulation practically killed the entire state of Texas. This is an excellent point. Cindy, thank you for sharing that. Corey Lord. Corey Lord is asking, did Trump really force himself on Putin? I have no idea. This is my first seeing that. I didn't see. Where did this come from? Corey, I don't know. My answer to you is I don't know. Solid Blue Sister says, BDD, my dad always taught me to drive as though you're going to get stranded. My family has 3 emergency backpacks in our home. Is your family prepared to survive for a week during disaster? Yes, absolutely. And anyone in my family will tell you that Dad's motto, what I live by, is it is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That's my motto. I live by that. Yeah. So, yeah, 1 week. 1 week we should be good. 2 weeks, I think we should be good. I don't know about beyond that. I mean, look, if you're in a disaster, that's emergency. So emergency rations kick in and you start eating shit in the cabinets that you would never even, I don't even know, why do we have this in here? I don't want to eat it. But now you're going to eat it because that's all we got for 2 weeks. Yep, we can survive. Pasta D wants to know, how's the new book coming? I have exactly 0 pages written. 0 pages. Yeah, I'd spent the majority of the past 2 weeks, as you can see, sprucing up the place, sprucing up the show, learning everything. There was a lot of time that went into getting this show to where it is right now. And I still got a ways to go, but I do plan to start writing it soon. Real talk. Tina G wants to know, how can DeJoy be removed? So I believe 4, let me just double check that. 4 board of electors. Hang on, because I have that right here in my notes. Biden just has to appoint 4 people to the board that oversees the USPS. Then he'll have enough people to fire DeJoy. And problem, he has to get candidates approved by the Senate. And I don't see why that should be a problem. But then again, we have Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. So there it is. Anyway, folks, I thank you for joining me for another wonderful episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dad. And if you got to go out, please be sure to be safe, to wear your masks, 2 of them, wear your gloves, keep your social distance 6 feet or better, and have a lovely, relaxing evening. I'll be here tomorrow. Again, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Aloha Laka. It's Laka 808. Hey! Thank you, Wendy. Go ahead, get your dance on, Melissa. Hey, hit the like button. Watch her so cold. Hey. My chair dancing is top form. Top form. Hey.
You need to leave.